thank Swami for this wonderful opportunity that you are giving me. And I'll start by sharing when did I come to know about Baba, when he gave the permission for me to know about him. So though my mom had had Swami's darshan in her childhood itself, but one of our senior Sai devotees, who's an educationist himself, so he introduced through Bal Vikas and parenting, he introduced Bal Vikas into a universal school. And there we started having Bal Vikas trainings. Gurus were coming from all over Delhi, our state coordinators, and we had lots of trainings and everything given to our school teachers. And that is how our school became the Bal Vikas school. And then I also gradually became Bal Vikas Guru. And it was in 1997 that we got a chance to go for Bhagwan's darshan first time. And me and Papa, we went. And I was so skeptical. I was so scared. I said कि मैंने तो कभी पता नहीं मुझे दर्शन देंगे भी कि नहीं देंगे. और मैंने सुना था कि भगवान will just glide and that is the way he will be. And मैंने कहा सबको दिखेंगे शायद मुझे तो दिखे भी ना. So I went there and it was so blissful, so divine. Everything was so energetic. And those days used to have along with that Nadaswaram and everything, that music was there. And Bhagwan came and actually I could see him and he was gliding. And it was that feeling. And I could, till date, I cannot, forget that feeling, my first experience that I have of Bhagwan's darshan. And that very first time of our visit, Bhagwan graced Papa with his Pad Namaskar. And we came back, we were so thrilled. And 1998, I got married. And then in some time, I had a few health issues and we used to have regular bhajans at our home. So one of my aunties, she said, you can write, why don't you write to Baba? So I started writing letters to Bhagwan. And one day, as usual, we slept, and next morning, 4:15 a.m., there was a vision in which there was a bhajan hall, and in our home only, that bhajan hall was there and bhajan was going on. And Bhagwan, he gets up off his chair and he comes to me and he blesses me and he says, Tera Swami hamesha tere saath hai. And that's it. And I just woke up and I shouted and I called the whole family and everybody, we could actually feel it. And it was after a few days that while interacting with our Sai family members, we came to know that Bhagwan Baba is also called Swami. So before only he told that Tera Swami hamesha tere saath hai, and I didn't realize, I could just say yes, Bhagwan hai, but never realized that Bhagwan had introduced his name to us through that vision. So what an assurance it was. Then in we had Bal Vikas and everything. And in 2010, during Bhagwan's divine visit, we used to be it was like a festival for all of us in Delhi. And many of us can remember that golden time that Bhagwan gave us. And coming day and night, attending meetings at Sai Center and doing all kinds of preparations. Of course, our elders were doing and we were only assisting them and enjoying thoroughly. It was a big festival in the whole of Delhi NCR. So while on my way back, I was driving and, the Bal Vikas students, they were supposed to, with Bhagwan's grace, be presenting programs before Bhagwan. And one such program was to be held in Dwarka. And that cultural program was going on. Our school students and children, they were also going for preparations for that practices. And some songs and bhajans were also to be composed and they were to be presented before Bhagwan. So I was one day, the back of the mind, this was also there. So I was coming back and on the way, on the airport flyover, before suddenly I'm getting some words And I'm driving and there are some words and suddenly some tune is there, and that words is getting converted into sentences, and somehow a song came up. And I have never ever tried anything, but this is how it was. There was this song, and by the time I reached home, there was a song with 4 lines already done with a tune. And I came and I immediately sang it before my parents. And next morning, immediately 7:30, 7:45, I called my music teacher. So he's also our side brother. I said, just do something about this. And I'm singing this so that we don't forget the tune, because this is Bhagwan's Prasad. And out of so many songs, more than 20 songs that were shortlisted, I sent this song also. And out of all those songs that were prepared to be presented before Bhagwan, this song was among the 3 that were to be sung, to be presented before him in the Dwarka program. And my duty was in the Dwarka grounds itself. So I was in tears when the children were singing before Bhagwan. And I was actually, tears were rolling and I could not stop crying the whole time. That experience was so blissful that it was a kind of assurance to me that Bhagwan has accepted my whatever little offering or whatever we have been doing, and Bhagwan is happy with all of us and the Balvikas children. So that was the feeling. And in 2009 December, we had to present a program in Puttaparthi. So again, the Balvika students had prepared. We had all done hard work, and the children and the Balvika's gurus, it was a beautiful program that we had to present, and our slum children's SSS VIP children were also there. So we all went, and somehow the program was being postponed. So we had 3 days and the program kept on getting postponed, and everybody was writing letters. Each night we used to write letters and really pray hard to Bhagwan. Bhagwan, please allow us, please allow us. And on the very last day, when we had to come back to Delhi, we thought maybe it will not happen. Bhagwan gave us the permission to perform. And there I was, I'm just saying my experiences, and it was, at the behind the curtains wala, and then you are just keeping your fingers crossed and trying to show that you are very calm and composed in front of the students, but inside you know what all is going on. So much of turmoil and tension ki bhagwan ke samne sab theek ho jaye. And after those 4 items that were done, we got a chance, all of us, to fold hands and stand and sit there in front of Bhagwan. Of course, the participants were there, and Bhagwan brought his chair between them. And we all, the gurus, we were sitting on the side, on the ladies' side, and that's it. So suddenly one Sevadal is telling me, the permanent Sevadal, Swami is calling you. So I said, how is it possible? I said, is it me? She says, yes, it is you. So then I told my senior, said, ma'am, this is what she's saying. She says, Deepa, chup. So we were all not sure. So then I again looked there, and Bhagwan is telling me like that. So I could not stop after that. I went there, and of course at a little distance, and then Bhagwan again, he signaled. Then the permanent voice, he came up to me, Swami is telling you to give prasadam to these Balvikas children. And what an experience it was. We did the prasadam, and all the time my hands were trembling and I was crying. I was so grateful to him. I was so grateful to him because I never in my life ever wanted. I said, मेरे को चाहिए ही नहीं, इंटरव्यू नहीं चाहिए मुझे, आपने सब दिया है, मुझे अंदर से कुछ नहीं चाहिए, and उन्होंने दिया. So it was so nice and fulfilling. तृप्ति से उन्होंने मुझे सब कुछ दिया. And I just want to say कि Bhagwan, we just have to speak to him, whatever is in our hearts, and total surrender, and he answers our prayers. He listens to us, and he grants us more than what we require, more than what we deserve. It's just that we have to always be pure at our heart. And though I used to again and again hear from so many seniors that total surrender, I could not understand the meaning. But in 2017, when both Mama Papa, they left us in a span of 15 days. So suddenly 2 days after that, I got this note. This was lying where my Papa used to study his daily books. And this one says, once we surrender our mind to God completely, He will take care of us in every way. And this is what I keep with me as his message. And that was the time, because, you know, at that point of time in my life, this was the only thing that, with purity of my heart, with no extra thoughts in me, I completely surrendered. Anyatha sharanam nasti tvameva kevalam. And that was the time. And since then, I just speak to him, Swami, ab kya karna hai? Swami, each moment of my life, I ask him, even if I have to find something, Swami, kahan rakha hai? And immediately he gives the answer. So I just want to say that Bhagwan is hearing us every moment. And we have to be careful that each and every person is Bhagwan himself. And that is how we have to live our lives. Thank you so much. Sai Ram.